day for us that was just absolutely terrific. We've got another one of those in store for tomorrow, and probably a couple, three more as we head into the holiday weekend, although they may not be quite as perfect. That said, that's a look outside as we go to your 21C Museum Hotel WeatherBug camera. That's from St. Joseph Health. Thursday Night Live will be taking place right about at my feet, and that starts at 5:30. Should be an absolutely glorious night out there. Through tomorrow, the terrific September weather will be continuing. Your Labor Day weekend, we'll go with 90% just terrific. But there are small rain chances, at least for a few of us. Dorian, each day is just kind of a new forecasting adventure. And we'll talk about that coming up. Regardless, it's going to be a big deal storm. Now, this is the Kentucky Mesonet, kymesonet.org on your internet there. Find the community closest to you, find your favorite town, and see what the weather is like. Now, we're not getting a reading out of Boonville. It is not 0, so just erase that part. But it is 81 in Jackson, 79 in McKee. It's 81 in Lawrenceburg, 80 in Owenton. Lexington's Mesonet site is across the street from the Walmart there on Nicholasville Road. It's showing 79. But when you compare that to the official reading at the Bluegrass Airport, in that 7 miles, you've got a 5-degree swing. And one of the reasons why we think the thermometer might be a little, let's see, that thermometer always should be a little bit warmer because it's in a different environment. But 5 degrees is a little much. West wind at 8, but the air does remain remarkably dry. You saw that morning low this morning. We were in the upper 50s. So we've been having high pressure just drifting overhead. That thunderstorm complex you see back there to the west, it's dying out. That down there is Dorian. We will get to it in just a second. For us, that high will continue drifting overhead tonight and into tomorrow. As it does so, the winds turn more southerly. A little bit more humidity, a little bit more on the thermometer. Cold front begins to approach. Now, that high sliding off to the east may be just a skosh weaker than earlier thought. And with that, the front gets a little further to the south. That may also play a role with Dorian. We'll get to that in a minute. But a shower chance exists for us tomorrow, I think mainly north of the Ohio River. But then on Saturday, you see a couple of showers are at least a possibility. Not a big possibility, but a possibility. What is a likelihood is that Dorian will continue to strengthen. You can see it trying to get itself organized. You can see the bands of heavier thunderstorms rotating around that center. Now an 85-mile-per-hour hurricane sitting about 300 miles and change from the Bahamas. So as a Category 1 storm, perhaps as a 2 by later on tonight, it then works its way through the Bahamas, Category 3, and then as we get you into Sunday, perhaps a Category 4 as it approaches the Florida coast. Beyond that, this is where all bets are off. And it's also slowed down considerably because it's not until Monday now, it looks like, that we get a landfall out of this. The reason why the uncertainty, it's going to be by the strength of that high. If the high is a little bit weaker, it takes a little more of a northerly track. Eventually, it will make that turn north. If that high is a little bit stronger, it suppresses the track, and we get that slam into Florida. Bottom line is, everyone from Miami on up needs to be aware of what's going on. And we're talking all the way up to Jacksonville and beyond with this. But the threat for a major hurricane north of Port St. Lucie, at least since 1950, has never happened in Florida. So again, it's interesting. Staying clear tonight, down into the low 60s. Tomorrow, we're in the mid-80s. Sunshine to start. It's a partly sunny finish, but still a terrific day. Rest of your 8-day goes this way. Talking about those itty-bitty rain chances over the weekend, Sunday looks to be the best chance. Still just isolated. Most of us stay dry through the long holiday weekend. And game day, temperatures in the mid-80s.
Not too hot and humid.
Nope, looks good.
Thank you, Bill.
Still ahead.